This is Jessie Collins with Pyramid Educational Consultants in the US, and this is just a quick little video that's connected to some pictures and an activity kind of lesson plan for making a smoothie with your learners. So a smoothie is actually something that's a common part of my day, so it's often something that I eat throughout the week. It's a way for me to get different fruits and veggies in, as well as I have a lot of dietary restrictions for me to be able to eat something nutritious for breakfast. So I know a lot of our students sometimes have a variety of different food restrictions, as well as sometimes may not want to eat that spinach or that broccoli. And so a smoothie is definitely a good way for us to get some nutrients into all of us, and also a nice little cooking activity where there's tons of variety for choices and for mixing it up, as well as something that we could really practice daily or a couple times a week and build into an independent routine for our learners. So this video is connected with a set of pictures that is by no means all inclusive, but this pictures has fruits and vegetables. It has blueberry, banana, strawberry. It has the sentence starter, I want and can I have, water, juice, milk, powder, spinach, yogurt, ice, blender, and cup. Okay, so some things that can be commonly used, but you could certainly have other things that go in the smoothie as well. And then also associated with this video is a little lesson plan for making a smoothie. This has a link to a variety of different smoothie recipes, some of the materials you need, as well as you wouldn't necessarily put all of these learning opportunities into one smoothie lesson, but as you rotate through doing this, throughout the week or month, some different requests, some different comments, some different receptive or listener directions that you could give your student, some other behavioral tolerance opportunities like waiting and hearing no, checking a schedule, and then some other independent and learning opportunities related to this routine as well. So just some different ideas there, and the video, we're going to talk about some of these, but just so you guys know, these two resources are available for download right underneath this video. So one of the reasons why I like making the smoothie as an activity for our students is because it can be replicated, and we can do it even daily if it's something that the student wants to drink daily, as well as we can really mix up and build a lot of vocabulary in and create a lot of variety of choices of what could go in a smoothie. So I certainly don't have all the ingredients out here, but whatever fruit and veggies you guys have in your refrigerator. So I happen to have some pineapple, some blackberries in the freezer. I have some blueberries and some cherries, and then I have a banana. I have some fruit that comes from some different areas in the kitchen. So we certainly could have our students ask for any of these particular activities, and the requesting can be done regardless of modality. So if your kid speaks, they could ask vocally. If your kid uses a speech generating device, we could just program the things that they like in their smoothie into their device. And if your student is using a textbook, we would want to make sure that we get those pictures ready and have those pictures available for our students as well. One kind of quick tangent here is if, for example, let's say you run out of bananas that day, I do always like to have a no page, so I could, for example, take the grapes picture and put that on there, and if my student were to ask for grapes for their smoothie, I would let them know that they were not available today. So kind of a different lesson, but something great to talk about. And we do actually have a great 2-hour talk online called How to Say No and Live to Tell about it. Okay, one other thing I think is really great with working on these different foods and stuff is that the fruit comes from a couple different places in the kitchen. So it may come, it comes from the freezer, it comes from the fridge, it comes from maybe a fruit basket or something that you guys might kind of have around. And so your kids could certainly be involved in grocery shopping for these particular items. They could be involved in putting these things away into those particular locations, put this into the freezer, put this into the fruit bowl, and almost kind of a sorting activity, just really functionally in the kitchen. As well as you could also have your student follow directions that says, get the blueberries from the freezer, or open the freezer and get the blueberries. Open the refrigerator and get the pineapple. And so you could work on having kids actually find these things in their natural environment, or if that feels a little bit too difficult for your students, you could even hold them up or put them on the counter and just ask your student to take the pineapple and make it a little bit easier for your kids. So we could definitely work towards embedding these things into kind of our students learning to get them and or ask for them from where they kind of functionally are stored, or make it a little bit easier by bringing them back out on the counter and having kids take stuff and or ask for it. If you guys are having some students work on independence, for example, this is some rainbow chard that I got that I put in my smoothie. If you get this from the grocery store, from the farmer's market, having your student actually practice washing the veggies off and rinsing them off to clean them could be something that your student could work on. And this is a great way also to kind of embed some greens into the kids' smoothie, and they won't even know that. So these are, again, all things that they could request for, or that you could have them ask for if they actually like to have some of that stuff in there. Some other things that I think typically you're gonna use is some type of liquid. So, you could use juice, you could use like oat milk or regular milk, yogurt, anything that the student could actually eat, as well as a little bit of water. And ice is something else that we'll probably put into this. So I think ice cubes, again, another great thing. We can have students practice filling up and making ice cubes using an ice dispenser, or my refrigerator doesn't have an ice dispenser. So even getting the ice cube tray out, working on some of those motor skills, cracking the tray, and even math-wise, we could work on counting. I need you to get 3 ice cubes, and they can put 3 of those ice cubes into the cup from where we're gonna blend the smoothie. So those are some other learning opportunities that we could use as well. I know I have a NutriBullet as well as just like a bigger blender, but this is really nice because this is kind of small and easy to use, easy to pull out. You could certainly give the student a direction to plug this in, to put the lid on or to take the lid off, and as well as to ask help with screwing this on. And then the NutriBullet actually comes with different size cups, so you could even have your student let you know if they want the big one or the smaller cup, and use that vocabulary as well. If you have a student that's doing fractions or just kind of measurement stuff at all, if you use any type of protein powder or like green powder or anything like that, if your kids like a particular flavor, like vanilla or chocolate powder, this would be something that you could work on them, either getting the yellow measuring spoon or the blue one, or even having them get tablespoon versus teaspoon, 1, 1/4, 1/2. We could definitely embed that in if you guys have some students that are working on some fraction-based stuff. So ways to kind of embed the math into the activity that is going on here. And then obviously, having your student actually make the smoothie, having them clean up or get the ingredients out, and then having them consume it and put the cup into the sink or into the dishwasher. Once your kid is drinking the smoothie, that's a great opportunity for some commenting about how it tastes, maybe what it smells like, so that it tastes delicious, or it looks green, or it looks red, or it looks brown, maybe based on the different fruits that you put in there. And so that's definitely a great activity as well for commenting. So there really are a ton of learning opportunities in this little simple routine of making a smoothie. I have definitely had some learners that really enjoy a smoothie, and it's something that we actually work towards independence for, so that for the rest of their lives, that any day that they want to have a smoothie, they know how to make one as well. So if you're working towards independence, this is definitely something you could also create a task analysis for, and use those great teaching strategies of backwards or forwards chaining to teach your students to have some independence in this routine as well, if you are working towards independence instead of communication and following directions. So receptive and expressive communication. So lots of different directions we could go in. I kind of say variety is the spice of life, so you could mix that up based on the day, but I recommend you giving this a try. If you guys make some smoothies, feel free to share with us on our PEX user support page on Facebook. And please feel free to share with anyone that might be working with learners or just have younger kids that might want to make a smoothie. And remember, this video again goes along with the lesson plan and the pictures. And enjoy a nice little cooking activity with your learners.